Scarlet and Violet has hit the shelves on Friday. That's right, the latest set in the Pokemon TCG, starting off the new era of Pokemon with Scarlet and Violet, has hit the shelves once again, and people in the Pokemon card investing are freaking out, and it's a funny thing to watch. So let's go take a look. All right, guys, the Scarlet and Violet base set has just hit the shelves here on Friday, and what a disastrous weekend for card singles. People were expecting really good numbers. There was a lot of excitement for this set, and overall, the pull rates of this set are extremely easy compared to all of the previous Sword and Shield sets of the last year and a half. And thus, it has sent the pricing of these singles just in a straight downward trajectory. And today, we'll take a look at the recent releases of these products. Of course, this is recorded here on Tuesday. We did it live on Monday, and there's some really good conversation. I think a lot of people, at least in my community, understand how a base set works, and that this is just the first set of Scarlet and Violet. There's a lot of people in the investing community really concerned that Pokemon has done the silver bullet thing or gone nuclear option, and instead of giving those more difficult pull rates, have gone to a simpler pull rate system and trying to maybe entice more people into it. But I think it's far from the truth at the end of the day. And once again, remember, guys, it's a base set. We've talked about this several times in a live, and if you didn't join us in a live and haven't seen that, definitely go check that one out. It really was a good conversation with the base set aspect and what we can expect moving forward as time goes on into the Scarlet and Violet era. So the first cards, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to jump down to the other screen on the desktop. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and take a look at these cards. Of course, these were the big chase cards of Scarlet and Violet going into it. Of course, that Miriam, with that thing drawing a premium in the Japanese market, running on average around $600 all the way up to that one point almost $700. I think right now it's kind of settled back down around $500. Don't quote me on that. I haven't been following the Japanese market that closely since the release of the English, but I definitely do know that it is a hot running card. It's one of the waifus of Japan, and it's been a huge chase since its release when it came out in Scarlet and Violet and the Violet side of it in the Japanese set. So once again, this is one of those cards that everybody had great expectations. There's a lot of people saying that this is a card to invest into and pull, because this card is going to do nothing but follow that Japanese market and go in a straight upward trajectory. The problem is with English is that we typically do get more print, because unlike a lot of Japanese products where there's only one secret rare and everything in ours that's like above a V is considered a secret rare in Japanese, so the prints are a lot less when it comes down to those secret rares. Number two, their market is designed for waifus. It has been for a long period of time. Waifu is not a new thing in the Japanese market. This has been a long-standing thing that's just kind of moved into the Pokemon sector in the last couple years, especially with influencers and that bringing it up. It's been a really big topic there that it's actually driving some of these prices. Even in Triple Beat now, there was a card, I don't remember what it is, don't quote me on it, I don't remember, but there was a card that was a waifu in that one also that hit $1,000 at one point in that Japanese market. Now, is that something that we will see here in the United States market? Probably not. Even when we were asked before, or even weeks before this was released, did we think that it would get this high? No, I never thought that a Miriam card would do the performance that we were seeing in the Japanese market. But let's go ahead and take a look at that Miriam card. You know, it's new, it's released. What are we seeing for the first, few days? Realistically, we're about 4 or 5 days into it right now. And currently, this card is going for about $67. Now, that's a lightly played card that they're showing there. We're going to go down. And as you can see, as of the beginning, mid-March, before the pre-release stuff started to come out, right before we really saw a product getting on the shelves and a pre-release weekend was about to happen there, I believe that started on the 22nd, we were seeing this product at about $450 or $250, which was, in my opinion, really high when it came down on the English market. Now, if we watch through that pre-release weekend, and okay, we're starting to get some more of that supply in there as these cards are released into the market. So right there is that pre-release weekend and into the couple days past it, and it dropped down to about $225. It wasn't really a big drop, but now look at what has happened since the release of this product. So right there is release date. So this is the week from pre-release to release date, where any kind of sanctioned Pokemon stores, such as your local LGSs that do sanctioned tournaments and things like that, where they do the pre-release tournaments and things like that, were able to release this product that week early. And we have seen nothing but just straight downward movement on this particular card. by the actual time of release. So when you could go pick it up at your Walmart, Targets, and any other non-sanctioned place that was available to purchase Pokemon products, look at where we're at. We're at $90. This card has done nothing but gone straight down. That is a loss of nearly 70% of its value in just a short period of time, and then it's done nothing but go down since then. So now we're down about $75. So the last near mint, if you can see here, just below me, the last near mint was sold for about $75, $74, even $73 right there. So that's kind of telling us the tale of this particular waifu in the English market. Now, that's probably sending a lot of people, especially on Twitter and a lot of places that I've been watching, into a frenzy about the investability of the cards in Scarlet and Violet. People are completely freaking out that these cards are going to continue to drop in price at a rapid pace and that these will be non-investable due to the print rates of it. But we'll circle back to that point of it a little bit later. We're going to take a look at the next card. So this is the next top card in the English market, which is going to be right here. Of course, I like this artwork. This is a really nice artwork card. This card looks really good at the end of the day. Once again, this is one of the starters from Violet, going to be the Miraidon, coming down to the alternate art. And once again, very similar story. I mean, we were seeing about $80 through half of March. Once again, as you can see right there where the line is on the graph, we're coming into pre-release weekend, and then pre-release weekend they're kind of just flatlined. And since product has now been available from these sanctioned sites, we have seen the exact same trend with this one. I mean, we were up to almost $130 on this particular alternate art, giving kind of hope that this will do really well. I think that's where that buzz was coming in from Twitter going into pre-release. You know, we were hearing that there was going to be low print rates of booster boxes, that allocations were getting cut. All these things were happening, and I think a lot of people were hoping that we would be able to see, you know, these cards go up in price extremely fast, especially these alternate arts. But as you can see, since pre-release weekend has happened, and we have gone into, so right there, if you can see my line, is going to the 31st to the release date, we have seen nothing but this product continue to just drop out also. So from its high to its low, once again, we are looking at almost right now to date, almost 50% of its value gone. So we're seeing some significant drops in a very short period of time on these particular products, which, you know, once again, on a base set is not that unexpected. There's some really good artworks in here. I think that there's some really good alternate arts, especially a starter. Once again, you got to remember, Miraidon is not going to be a fan favorite right off the bat. You're going to have some time, just like all the starters in the Sword and Shield era, Sun and Moon, XY, all the way through. You're going to have to give them time for, or legendaries, sorry, not starters. Let me clarify, the legendaries from these ones definitely don't necessarily catch traction right away. It takes some time for these legendaries to start getting an attraction and getting people to actually be investing in them. And the happy thing about this, to me, in my opinion, is that they are actually in an alternate art form right off the bat, or whatever they call it now, an art rare, or whatever they're calling them now. Art rare form like this right off the bat. So it's a very nice artwork. It's a very nice rendition. If these legendaries take off through the remainder of Scarlet and Violet and they get some really good backings and really good popularity, let's be honest, Zamazenta and Zacian, even though they printed a lot of cards, as a legendary, I didn't mind them. They were actually fairly decent legendaries going through Scarlet and Violet. And the only thing that I have against these is that I don't know, with their purposes and the gameplay and things like that, that they'll take off as well. But once again, you know, time will tell. Print rates are pretty normal, in my opinion, for a base set, and there's no flash bang inside of these particular sets yet. So once again, as we go further into the Scarlet and Violet era, just remember, this is the starter, this is the base, this is the first building block of the new mechanic. There's going to be a lot of changes coming up as we move into Scarlet and Violet. There'll be new chase cards, new hype, new FOMO items. We just have to get through the first 3-4 sets. Take a look at the first 3-4 sets of Scarlet or Sword and Shield. At the end of the day, you take a look at the base set. You take a look at Darkness Ablaze, Rebel Clash, and all the way into Vivid Voltage. There really wasn't a lot of, you know, excitement and hype for them sets besides maybe one chase card. So the Charizard and Darkness Ablaze, you got the Chunkachu and Vivid Voltage. Boss's Orders was one of the better cards inside of Rebel's Clash. And then, of course, you go down the base that you had Boss's Orders. The Boss's Orders Full Art and the Snorlax were two of the fairly decent chase cards inside of that set. But there's really not a lot of flash. As we get further and further into the series and we get moving into the era, we'll be seeing some more things. I'm positive that Pokemon will adjust the print rates. We'll be seeing harder print rates on some of the art rares, alternate arts, whatever you want to call them, as we move forward. and I think that it'll do well overall. I see some really good hope as a base set goes. This is probably one of the best base set releases that we've seen. I'm going to jump into one more here for sure, maybe two. We're going to go into this one, which is going to be the Gardevoir EX. Once again, this was one I was really excited for, and I still personally think that as an investment side, I'm really interested in purchasing some of these. I'm not purchasing any now because, as you can see, it's following the same trend as the rest of them. You know, pre-release, we were looking at about $120, and then right there, of course, is going to be your release weekend. And since then, now we're all the way down to about $45. Once again, we're losing about 60% of its value since its release date over the last 5 days. Now, once again, I'm not too worried about that. I see this as an opportunity on this particular one because it's not just this card that I'm interested in personally as an investor into single cards and possibly graded cards. Now, let me just go through this real quick. If you buy this one, you get this card, and I'm going to go back. So if we go back to the other screen here, we're going to take a look at the other one, which is just down here. So you get the Rowlets, which is the first evolution of Gardevoir. Once again, you can see this is like that chain of alternate arts to me. If you can get these graded in a PSA 10 and you can get these all together in little packages, buy quite a few of these, get some 9 packages, some 10 packages together, I think that in a few years you're going to do really well and some good opportunities to purchase these or sell these to some people for a really good price. I think that people really like these things, especially Gardevoir fans. You're seeing like that little legacy line of alternate arts, art rares that are going to move forward. Once again, here's the third one with the Kalira. And once again, beautiful artwork. I love the storytelling that's involved with this particular set. I've said that before. I'm still saying it, and I actually personally have pulled this one myself, and I was very excited to pull this card out of Scarlet and Violet. Once again, a very, very exciting card to pull. I definitely want to get the full line myself. I'm going to be buying probably a few of those, especially as these prices continue to kind of slide back and relax as more and more of this is released. So once again, guys, this is just something that I'm personally not too worried about with this base set. I think that there's some great opportunity for singles still in here. Granted, do I think that they're going to perform as hot as the Sword and Shield end ones in the alternate art department? Absolutely not. I don't think you should be expecting that from a base set once again. To them, the prints are the most expensive part of it. They're the most important part of it. Definitely getting this mechanic out to players. Getting this mechanic out is going to be the #1 priority at the end of the day. And it wouldn't be fair if we didn't go back and check this one, which is going to be Koraidon. Once again, another alt art, artist rare, whatever you want to call it now, whatever they're going with the new flavor of the month for calling it. Once again, we saw this at about $90 coming into release weekend. There wasn't any sales prior, which is actually surprising on this particular one. But once again, since the release date or pre-release weekend, we have seen this one just continually dump down in price again, losing, you know, about 60% of its value once again. I'm not surprised. Once again, not a shocking thing to me. I think that this is something we're going to continue to see these cards kind of drop in price because pull rates were a lot better than expected with the lower amount of print available, or like actual supply from distributors seemed to have been dropped, but it did not really seem to hurt that point of it. So once again, guys, I just wanted to kind of go ahead and touch this stuff up. Definitely have a little bit of a chat about that. Definitely some great opportunities out there right now in the current market. I definitely would not have a problem suggesting going out and buying some Scarlet and Violet, putting it away. I think that, once again, a little bit of a bump in the market, a little bit of change in the market as we get further and further into Scarlet and Violet, we could really see some things pop up. We could really see some of these cards maybe get some fan favorite traction behind them, like the Koraidon and the other one, and then we could really see those legendaries potentially have some good times moving forward as we go further and further into the Scarlet and Violet era. So once again, don't threat it. Don't worry about it, guys. This is the first set. First couple sets are probably going to be rough. All the people that are just so used to exciting, hype FOMO sets are just a little disappointed. But hey, a little disappointment goes a long way when we finally get back to a great hype set and possibly the next holiday set. We'll see what pulls out when we get closer to that Pokemon 151 It's going to be interesting to see what kind of set we get out of there. So other than that, guys, hopefully it's some good information on what we're seeing on Scarlet and Violet as we pull out in the first week here for your card investments, and definitely what you should be looking at. And I wouldn't be buying any singles right now, guys. I would just be letting this play out. Let it roll out. Let all these cards kind of play out. Give it about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then kind of start searching around and watch what's happening to these particular cards. I think it was Mason at Cardinal Gaming said on his video, it's usually about April 15th when the new turnover happens in the Pokemon TCG, when we'll be seeing where this is going to lay and where these cards are going to play. Especially when playability starts becoming a factor, it really does change the pricing on these cards also. As people start using these in tournaments, people start seeing what trainers need to go with these, what opportunities there are with some of the base set cards and how they can build decks. As the first decks kind of go through in regionals and we get that rotation happening, you'll see some of these cards may start to pop off. They may be really good at that point in time. So give her a couple weeks. We'll see where she flatlines, and then we'll just kind of keep you up to date as we continue to move into this market. But other than that, guys, hopefully this is some good information. As always, if you did join the or if you do like this and you've made it this far in the video, be sure that you hit that subscribe button, guys. It's greatly appreciated. Also hit the like on this video. Helps it out a ton. And last but not least, we are doing a giveaway on the membership side. So it's a 99-cent, join the 99-cent membership. We are giving away a pack of V-Star Universe currently right now. I'm taking whatever we get. If we get more people into it, I'll add more packs. I'm trying to build that membership a little bit and do some things back there. Only got a few members, but I put that 99-cent tier on there. It's $1 a month, guys. It helps out the channel a lot. It helps me be able to maybe upgrade a couple more cameras and do some things to keep this all in-house. And then also, I'll give you guys as members for supporting me a little bit, a kickback every month. We'll be doing a monthly giveaway back there to kind of help you guys out and have some fun. Maybe get some products to you guys. Maybe get some of these Japanese products that I now have a source. Thank you to the member of the channel that actually has sourced some of the Japanese for the pricing and shipping, which is fantastic to be able to get that for the community members here that are interested in it. So other than that, guys, thank you for joining. If you do like this kind of content, always check out these two videos over here. I will put them up for you as always afterwards, and we will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.